As you remember from the script that you've most likely already looked at, you will not be allowed to come to the podium to speak until the judge gives you permission. The judge is in control. The judge is the person that's going to decide who wins and who loses this debate. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to what he or she is saying and you're following all of those directions. Otherwise, it's going to count against you, and the bailiff will probably notice if you're not following the rules of debate. So once the judge says affirmative or negative, you have the floor. Then you can get up and come to the podium. When you come to the podium, there's only one thing that you're taking with you: your paper. That's it. Do not bring a pen or pencil with you. Otherwise, and I've seen it happen a million times, you'll start tapping with it, you'll forget it at the podium, and then you'll have nothing to take notes with when you go to sit back down, or it'll become a disruption or a distraction. Once you have your packet in front of you, that's all you're going to need. Remember your posture. You're going to keep your feet parallel to each other and about a foot apart, same as your shoulders. You're also going to pop your knees, not lock them, otherwise you may pass out. You're going to roll your shoulders back because that allows you to open up your airway and be louder when you speak. You want to make sure you're speaking louder than a normal conversation. You are allowed, however, to speak faster than a normal conversation because during debate there are strict time limits and you have a lot to say. So as long as you can enunciate and people can still understand what you're saying, you're allowed to speak much more quickly than normal in order to fit it all in. You're making eye contact with the judge. That's about where the camera would be sitting. But you're also going to want to look at all of your audience members, so you are still making the sprinkler motion as you are speaking during the debate. You are also allowed to add in arm movements, which we have never done before. Your hands, like mine are now, should be at rest on top of the podium when they're not in use. You can occasionally gesture with your hands like so, in order to show your palms. Subconsciously, it makes people think that you're more trustworthy and you have nothing to hide. To add extra emphasis, you can use what's called the slice with your hand. You might even use it consecutively in a sentence. The economy is in bad shape. Or, for even more emphasis, you can hit it with your other hand. The economy needs to be fixed. But if you start using this too frequently, it will lose all meaning. That's why you can only do the fist or the slap one time limit during your debate. You can either hit the podium with your fist or slap it with your hand. It gets a lot of attention, it shows that you are passionate, and it keeps the interest of your audience. But if you do it more than once, one, your hand is going to start hurting. This is a wood podium, it hurts. And also, it starts to lose its meaning. And you start to look like a caricature or a character instead of like a professional. While you are speaking, make sure that you're making eye contact, you're nice and loud, and you're following your script as much as possible. Remember, your hands are either palms up, resting nicely, a fist once, and maybe a few slices, just to add extra emphasis. If you do all of these things, your body language and voice should have a great score.